Oh, hey guys. Yeah. So anyhow, um, this video is for my entertainment purposes mostly, and therefore any and everything I say could be wrong, which is why I always say do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Anyhow, I stopped at the thrift store today. So this is just a whatever. Get me a cigarette. I just ate breakfast. Had a big fucking breakfast. Eggs, bacon, potatoes, and biscuits and gravy. And then a maple donut with bacon. Bacon. Fucking awesome, dude. I'm feeling great right now. And anyways, so then after I went to the thrift store, after I went and got breakfast, then I stopped at the thrift store, and something drew me to the at this thrift store, this particular one, there's a spot out front that has free stuff, and I normally just pass it by because it's always crap. Whenever I have looked at it, it's just like a bunch of crap. I wouldn't want any of it. But for some reason, I was drawn to the free thing, right out front of the thrift store. So I walk up and I'm looking. I'm just like checking it out, looking, and I see this. I see this name. And I'm like, dude, it's Malachi Martin. That's that guy that was interviewed on Art Bell. He's like, Malachi Martin is like the most renowned fucking exorcist, like in the world. And that Art Bell interview, where Art Bell interviews Malachi Martin is talking about the reality of demons and demon possession. And I loved that. I loved that that Art Bell show. Like, it was so good. I've listened to it 2 or 3 times. And so I was like, no way, free. So I'm gonna fucking read this, dude. Or that's what I want to read it. We'll see. Apparently it's a fiction, but dude, I guarantee you is real shit in there. So anyways, so I was like, wow, that's crazy. So then I go in and because I kept thinking about, there was this piece. I was in the thrift store a couple days ago, and there was this piece, and it looked like it might be jade, but it was $10. So I was like, nah, But then so I went in and I looked, and it was still there, and then it was only $4. So I got it. I don't know if it's jade. I'm guessing if it is jade, it's probably a cheap, like a low quality jade. But the carving is done very well. Very nice carving. $4. So I was like, fuck it, right? So then I started looking around some more. Whoops, I apologize. And so yesterday I started shopping on Amazon for a lampshade, because my floor lamp, the fucking lampshade's been broken, but I can balance it on there to where it'll stay. But then if I even slightly bump it, the fucking thing falls. And I'm getting so sick of it where I'm like, dude, because I'm thinking I got to buy a new lamp. And yesterday I realized I could just get a lampshade. Why am I thinking I got to buy a new lamp? So I'm looking on Amazon. Fucking I spent like 30 minutes looking on Amazon, right? And so I finally found one. And, but it's like $20 or something, right? So I put it in my, I added it to my cart. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to buy it. Fuck it. Because I got to buy a couple other things. So I just added it to the cart. So anyways, I'm in the thrift store and I'm thinking, I wonder if they have lampshades here. Well, look at this. $3, dude. This is the exact shape and size that I need. $3. This fucking thing is like brand new, dude. Hasn't even been used. And there was 2 of them for $3. So I just saved fucking at least $17 buying this. So I got that. It's like, what was I thinking? I was gonna be spending over $20 for a fucking lampshade. So anyways, and I got some more goodies. So then, and then I got this because there's some cool scenes in this, and every once in a while I'm jonesing like, dude, I just want to watch this because there's some cool scenes in it, action scenes, and my DVD is like scratched, and so it doesn't play. So I was like, fuck it. I think it was like, what was this? Oh, $2. So whatever, $2, whatever, right? And then I got this green laundry bag, of course, for 50 cents. And I got this. This was only fucking $3. So what I want to do is take this and turn my lamp into a hanging lamp. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to take this glass thing apart or if I'm just going to, I haven't figured it out yet, but for $3, dude, it's like, whatever, man. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, whatever, $3. And one of the reasons that I got it is because I live in a I live in a tiny home. And so when you live in a tiny home, every fucking inch counts. Literally. Every fucking inch counts, dude, in a tiny home. Big time. Like, when a person lives in a tiny home, over time, you become very space conscious. See, I've been living in a tiny home scenario for 8 years. And before that, I lived in a big, giant place. Like, my place was fucking massive. I had so much room, I didn't know what to do with it. And, yeah, I know. How could a homeless man, live in a place like that? That's for another video. But anyways, now, dude, so, space conscious, every inch fucking counts. Well, I have a floor lamp. And the base of the floor lamp is probably like this big. And that is space. Whereas if I had a hanging lamp that hung rather than sat on the floor, that amount of space, I could put my tool bag right there with my drill and my fucking tools and put it right there. As opposed to like just, So I got this lamp. $3. $3 for this. It's got the fucking, this chain is like super long. Plus I have a really cool chain that's like made out of cool beads and cool shit. And so I'm gonna hang that, as the lamp fucking thing, right? Because I'm also about aesthetics. Like, living in a tiny home, aesthetics become very important. Shit like, see, like this purple thing. Aesthetics like that become very important because and when you're living in a tiny home, and it's like, and there's harsh weather conditions, well, you have to stay inside. And when you have to stay inside and you live in a tiny home, aesthetics become very important because you're going to be inside if the weather is harsh. And I live in harsh weather conditions. The summers here, there's like a month where it's like 120 degrees. And so if I end up having to be here during that part of the summer, I'm going to be spending a lot more time in my tiny home. So aesthetics are important. Like my place is set up to where it's my place. It is my fucking home. It's my little sanctuary from the outside world, some people for varying reasons don't really aren't very mindful about aesthetics. It's just like, this is where I live, fuck it, whatever, which is cool. But when you're living in a tiny home, space, every inch counts, and then aesthetics become more important because you live in a tiny home, and you still want it to be home, and especially if your tiny home is in an area where there are harsh weather conditions during certain times of the year, where you're going to be indoors a lot more during certain times of the year, aesthetics become very important. I mean, it can make or break your fucking mind, dude, aesthetics. So, when living in a tiny home. When living in a tiny home, see, there are tricks like mirrors, hanging mirrors in certain places in a tiny home can make the area feel bigger. It can open up space. It can, like, just reflection of a mirror can create like an aesthetic of expansion, where it looks bigger than it actually is. Stuff like this, So because I've been living like this for 8 years, I've been developing all these different, habits, including being space conscious. Literally every inch counts when you're living in a fucking tiny home. So by removing the floor lamp and replacing it with a hanging lamp, I open up enough space to put a medium-sized tool bag full of tools right there. It's like, that's huge. That's fucking huge, dude. So anyways, yeah, so $3 for the hanging lamp, $3 for the lampshade. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got a shirt. Whatever, $3 for this shirt. That's a shirt that I will wear. I probably need to wash it, of course. And then this laundry bag for 50 cents. So, whatever, right? Whatever. Anyways, yeah. Big news, breaking news there. I got a lot of shit to do. I've been slowly chiseling away at it. And things are looking decent, I mean, it could be better, it could be worse. But, so anyways, I guess that's about it. All right, guys, see ya. Thanks for watching. See ya, boys.